That is independent journalist Nick Sortor, who I follow on X and have been following on X for quite a while now. He's taken to the streets of Portland to cover the Antifa riots as they go up head to head against what's supposed to be the law enforcement on the side of the civilians there. Instead, in a cruel turn of events, you see them arresting this conservative reporter after getting into a couple of quarrels throughout the night with Antifa rioters, Antifa militant, domestic terrorists, mind you. And the entire internet is up in arms about it. Now you can see all throughout the night here, Nick Sortor was on the streets reporting on everything that was happening, bravely doing so, as these Antifa militants are very dangerous, very unstable people, including in this moment right here where he actually catches them burning an American flag and decides to actually step in and save the flag from being burned.
We got a Trump supporter. We got a Trump supporter right here.
Oh, he's putting it on the ground and he's making it worse. And now he's standing
Hey, do it, motherfucker.
Now he's standing on it. You're not supposed to stand on it.
He also has been no stranger into getting into potentially dangerous situations throughout his reporting in Portland over the past couple of days. This is camera footage that occurred not last night, and this was not what led to his arrest, according to what I can tell. But you can see here, things have gotten pretty intense on the streets already as he surrounds himself, essentially, with Antifa militants. You can even see his cameraman to the very left there in that zoomed-out view is wearing a Charlie Kirk Freedom t-shirt with a Make America Great Again hat. So, I mean, they kind of stand out like a sore thumb. You can see for yourself what's going on here, though, and just how hostile these people can get.
This is America. This is America. This is America.
Hey, you saw him stop that. You all tell whatever fucking narrative you want. You have eyes.
Hey, this is exactly what they
Put that fucking gun down.
Come on, come and get him! Touch him! Come and get him, too! What are y'all? I want to do something that ain't dangerous for a fucking reason, motherfucker!
I can take pictures of wherever I want. We're in public. This is America.
I didn't even ask you.
This is, I don't care.
I didn't even ask
You get
you.
in people's face and
I
taking
didn't even
pictures.
hear your
This is
ask.
America.
Did I ask
This
you?
is America.
Did
This
I
is
ask
why
you?
we need to get rid of illegals,
Did-
because they don't know American laws, bro.
You know what? I'm not even
This is
illegal, bitch.
well,
Exactly. What are you gonna say now, motherfucker? Exactly.
Hey, you! I'll fucking suck the shit out of you, motherfucker. You'll never, I see you.
They're taking pictures of the ones
I'll fucking fucking head in that pavement.
That's what the
No,
fuck you're fighting
no,
about.
I will bust your
Hey,
fucking,
come get
I will
your
bust your
shit.
fucking mouth open, motherfucker.
Come get your shit. What are y'all gonna do? Are y'all gonna do anything? Come get your shit. Are y'all gonna do fucking anything? Are y'all gonna do come get your shit. I see you, bitch. You gonna do anything? You gonna do anything? Come get your shit. Help your fellow woman? I don't know. Are you gonna do anything? You fucking fat hoe.
This, of course, kept boiling down this way as Nick Sortor continued to journey out into the streets, reporting on everything that he could see go down and reporting on it for his X page. Of course, this didn't turn into anything incredibly dangerous. He received some threats from an incredibly old-looking, Albert Einstein-looking guy who sadly makes up a good chunk of Antifa's military. But then going into last night, we have some emerging footage of Nick Sortor getting into yet another physical quarrel and having to defend himself. The camera angle here is not ideal, but you can see him in a light blue, lavenderish looking hoodie, doing his best to avoid fighting too much, but also doing his best to not get trampled by the mob of Antifa unstable rioters.
Fucking him up.
Hey! Mark's a veteran. He's got it.
You're better than fucker. Kind of a naval alert. Fucking kid dead alert. Kid dead alert. Kid dead alert. Fucking Fucking scream!
look at Portland PD just hanging out watching people get assaulted.
You can see there they take to calling him all kinds of obscene names that are less than flattering, as well as getting a little bit physically imposing on him, which in a lot of states can actually be considered assault in and of itself, to use your body to block someone's path, impede their path, and or physically threaten them. That in and of itself is typically categorized as assault. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people think battery is assault, and there's actually a great distinguishing factor between the two of them. Assault is the act of making someone feel physically threatened, and that can be done in a lot of ways, whereas battery is the actual act of what most people think is assaulting someone. Battery is when you get physical and lay your hands on someone. And so, you know, Nick Sortor knows what's going on. He's out there on the streets reporting on this stuff, so he knows he's in harm's way, inherently. He winds up eventually going from this situation to the police. And you can see here there's a lot of Portland police officers on bicycles, and Nick Sortor is around them while you actually have some Antifa members complaining to the police at the same time. They're complaining to the police, Antifa. The people who hate the police and hate law enforcement and are trying to actively ruin their own town through violent demonstrations are complaining to the police about being recorded against their will out in public.
What the fuck is your problem? Stop bullshit for no reason. You're the reason. All this shit's coming down.
You can see the poor little Antifa guy trying to hide his identity with an umbrella. He doesn't want to be on camera. And Nick just kind of taunting him, to be honest, but not doing anything illegal, that's for sure.
I'm just, it wasn't a button to the point that they physically remove someone.
No, I would agree. Yeah, we didn't get very much info.
And of course, moments later after that, the police deem Nick Sortor to be the aggressor here, the suspect, and they place him under arrest and haul him off to jail. I kid you not.
Whoa.
I'm not killed.
What's your name, bro?
Charlie.
You're ready to turn that phone off, let me scan your body, I'll have a conversation with you. I'm just going to scan you for other devices. It's universal precaution. We're going to have a conversation about a bigger picture here. Shit's about to go down old school, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. See, people around here don't realize they better pray to God than ask for that. What comes next, I wish they had.
And so what was Nick Sortor arrested for exactly? Well, I can't seem to find any of that information out. Perhaps after this video is released, more information will be put out to the public, especially because this is starting to catch nationwide media attention, as well as attention now from the Trump administration. I'll show you both circumstances of that happening in just a second here, but I can't seem to figure out what he did wrong. Recording in public is absolutely within his amendment protected rights. You have no expectation of privacy when out in public. So when you step out into public, like all of these Antifa militant terrorist rioters are out there in public doing what they're doing, they have no right to tell you that you cannot record them. That's not how it works. So Nick Sortor, and of course we saw some physical scuffles happen here, but Sortor was always on the defending end of those scuffles. He was not instigating them other than by the fact that he was recording them, which apparently seems to trigger these goonish ghouls who know they're doing wrong and don't want their face on camera for obvious reasons, especially in light of the fact that MAGA has become increasingly comfortable embracing what we now call accountability culture. If we see your face and we find out who you are, well, we'll ruin your personal life by getting you fired from your job and making sure that you suffer consequences for your reprehensible behavior. And any of these Antifa rioters who have their identities exposed are at risk of that happening to them, and they know it, and they don't want their face exposed. So they get violent, And then the police decide, you know what, Mr. Independent Conservative Journalist, your very presence out here is riling these people up, so you're under arrest. I mean, that had to have been the conclusion. I just can't understand any other reason why he was arrested. And the even funnier thing about it is, Nick Sortor even made a tweet about this the other day when he was in that first initial physical scuffle here. This was, of course, 2 days ago, I believe. And he tweets and he says, Portland is a effing third world hellhole. If I defend myself, I will be the one who gets arrested, not the assailant. Antifa is in full control out here. President Trump needs to step in. Very prophetic of him because, well, fast forward less than 24 hours and he defends himself and gets arrested. So he called that one pretty accurately. Now, of course, Fox News has picked up on the story here. This is gaining nationwide attention. A terrible look for Portland police.
We did talk to Nick pretty much minutes after he was released from jail this morning, so we asked him what went down last night. What he told us is he was out here filming protesters as they were getting maced by federal agents, and he said it was a little embarrassing for the protesters because they were shrieking and crying about having the mace in their eyes, so they didn't like being recorded, so they kind of chased him down the street a little bit, then surrounded him and pushed him down into a flower bed. He says they then punched and assaulted him, and he tried to defend himself. Take a listen.
So they threw multiple punches at me. They broke my camera by hitting that. So I was on the ground at that point. I tried to swing. I missed. I saw the opportunity to get up and get away. And that's when I went over to the police officers, which I thought, maybe they'd help me. But no, instead they threw me in handcuffs. This is going to backfire on them tremendously. It already is. Okay, people knew that something out here stunk and that it was corrupt and that the police they take the side of the violent criminals that are here every single day, assaulting ICE officers, assaulting journalists. And then a reporter comes and, tries to embed deep within the chaos that's going in out here, and he's the one that gets arrested.
And Nick went on to say he got a personal phone call from Attorney General Pam Bondi informing him that DOJ is launching a full investigation into the Portland Police Bureau in relation to his arrest out here last night. But it doesn't stop there. DHS also giving their reaction to this, announcing that as a result of this arrest, DHS is going to be surging CBP and ICE here to Portland. And the city of Portland was already unhappy with how much ICE was out here in the first place. All of this happening in the context that the National Guard is being deployed out here. They just haven't shown up yet.
Well, nothing like the Portland police wrongfully arresting a conservative reporter who was only trying to defend himself and report on what was happening in the streets to initiate much more federal government action, like ICE ramping it up, like Attorney General Pam Bondi now promising a full DOJ investigation into these very likely corrupt Portland police officers, and then sending in the National Guard. I can't think of a better justification now for Trump to send in the National Guard than for Portland police to ignore Antifa rioters and to ignore assault and battery on a conservative reporter and arrest the reporter instead. Than that. I mean, it doesn't get more crazy than that. Send the National Guard in by all means. They will have to be the ones to step up and actually quell what's happening there now, because it should be more clear than ever now that the Portland police are incapable of it. Perhaps their hands are tied by higher ups. I don't want to just throw every police officer in Portland under the bus like that, but that is a terrible, terrible look. And I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw the breaking news this morning about it. And just minutes ago before I started recording, a weirdly timed, unusual press conference was held by Carolyn Levitt for a Friday, where she addressed this incident specifically. So yes, this incident's not only receiving media coverage, but it's come to the attention of the entire Trump administration as well.
It is not their city. It is the American people's city, and President Trump is going to restore that. I just spoke with the president about this, and he has directed his team here at the White House to begin reviewing aid that can potentially be cut in Portland. We will not fund states that allow anarchy. There will also be an additional surge of federal resources to Portland immediately, including enhanced CBP and ICE resources.
And so there you have it. And eventually in that meeting, she wound up even addressing Nick Sortor by name and talking about how reprehensible this whole circumstance is. I'll be interested to see how Attorney General Pam Bondi follows up on this. Let's see what that Department of Justice investigation leads to. Republicans, I hate to say this, but some of this Trump administration is just full of people who speak what I would call boomer slop. And that is basically just me saying, essentially, they talk tough. They speak mighty. But then their actions are incredibly disappointing compared to the narrative they put out there. And so I hate to say it, but I can just imagine the emotion and the outrage that will be delivered about this by these boomers. They're Gen Xers technically, but these older Trump administration people, like Pam Bondi. I'm talking about her. And will it lead to anything? I have my doubts. What do you think about it, though? Let me know in the comments below. Portland is probably a lost cause, and it's like the Antifa capital of America. That is 100% for certain. And, you know, for all these people out here who state, oh, it's just an idea, it's not an official organization, go screw yourself. These are organized militant rioters. And I think in a future episode, I'm going to expose that because there's some incredible independent documented footage from people breaching their headquarters that shouldn't exist since they're just an idea, and showcasing just how organized they really are. That's going to be in a future episode of American Advocate. So be sure to subscribe and stay up to date so you can catch that and a whole lot more that I'm doing on this channel. Of course, however, if you dye your hair blue every couple of weeks and you're about 100 pounds overweight and you don't know what gender you are, please, by all means, dislike this video and never come back.